Big headline was Joe Biden's performance. Jessica Milan Patterson, to you now. I want to play the soundbite. Aisha Hosni played a shorter version of it. This is the long pause. It's soundbite number one. Katie, watch.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Aisha Hosni said there was a gasp in the spin room when that happened. It is sad to look at. Britt Hume said, quoting, "This man should not be reelected." What's your thought?
It was a big contrast tonight, a big win for President Trump. We saw President Trump was concise. He was put together. He had an answer for everything. President Biden looked weak. He looked confused. It is really sad because if this was a boxing match, the referee would have called it in the first round. We saw this clear contrast between the two. Right now, Republicans are completely united behind re-electing President Trump, and the Democrats are looking for a replacement for President Biden.
Kevin Walsh. Yeah, it's amazing because he was talking about Gavin Newsom. You clearly are the head of the California GOP, Jessica, and you wonder, Gavin Newsom's approval rating here in California is 44%. In deep blue, far left California, 44%. You wonder if he would make a viable national candidate.
Well, certainly he's been running a shadow presidential campaign for a very long time now. Between his visits to red states, his international trip, he spends very little time actually governing the state of California. But the time that he has, he's really run our state into the ground. And for Democrats, I think this would be disastrous. For everything that Americans are feeling right now, Californians felt it first and they felt it worst. Whether it's gas prices, the housing crisis, the homeless crisis, unemployment, California tops all of the wrong lists. And Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris have both been leaders in this state.
And I wonder if you talk strategy here, Jessica Milan Patterson, and you look at the battleground states, because the battleground states and, the polling, the tight polling does not bode well for Joe Biden, as Steve was saying, even before tonight. You go into Pennsylvania, you go into Wisconsin, you go into Minneapolis or Minnesota, and you go into, even to some extent, Arizona and Nevada, and it doesn't bode well for Joe Biden. And then you think this is going to wreck some of those chances.
Tonight was a huge night for President Trump, but also the last 3.5 years have been. When you see mortgages up 90%, eggs, bread up 40%, baby food up 28%. This is a problem that has been caused by President Biden in the last 3.5 years from day one when he started with his executive orders. We have an opportunity in November to make sure that we bring our country back. And I think Americans are going to do that with Donald Trump.
Yeah.